Hi. Long time no see. This is a video like no other I've ever done, and I apologize for its brash tone and for covering a topic that may seem a little out of the element for a Sims gaming channel, but I do think this is important. So, it's been a little bit. I've been traveling around with my partner, and navigating TSA and airports always reminds me of how privileged I am to live in a place where I can travel freely without worrying about what I'll eat next, where I'll find water, or even if I'll make it to the next day. Others are not so lucky to have all of these privileges. I want to add a trigger warning here for discussions of death and genocide. However, I really implore you to listen to this message. In 1948, the Nakba event occurred in which the settlers state of Israel dispelled 700,000 Palestinians from their homeland, as well as killing over 17,000. The apartheid state of Israel would recount this tale differently, even enacting a law in 2009 which would prohibit Palestinian children from learning about this event, and would later go on to prevent institutions from commemorating this day, and then also decided to falsely label it as an anti-Semitic attack. Now, you may be asking, from looking at the title and the thumbnail and whatnot, what the hell does this have to do with my silly gaming channel and CurseForge? Well, it actually has a lot to do with it. If you didn't know, Overwolf is a company based in Tel Aviv, Israel, and in 2020, Overwolf acquired the popular modding platform CurseForge. Then later, in 2020, EA officially partnered with CurseForge for support of Sims 4 mods. It was a game changer for both creators and players alike, allowing an efficient way of adding mods and custom content to their game, as well as providing creators with a wonderful program lets them earn a small passive little income while their projects get downloaded. It honestly felt a little too good to be true. CurseForge was the first ever way I have ever been able to monetize what I do online and make a little bit of side money just building little pixel houses. And that was until I realized the site is raising donations and potentially even taking portions of the hard-earned money you make to continue this genocidal regime against Palestinians. I won't pretend to know every single nuance and detail in world conflicts, especially in a country I've never stepped foot in that's halfway across the globe, but I do know that Palestine has been the target of an ethnic cleansing and genocide for 70 plus years, and you'd be blind not to see the same. You see, Overwolf's socials on Twitter have been crowdfunding for families affected by the attacks committed by Hamas on October 7th. And that might sound like a good cause to you, right? But let's compare that to the climate of places like the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Personally, I don't think that's even comparable. Palestinians have been living in an open-air prison where their rights and human values are stripped away. Meanwhile, the settler colonialist state of Israel gets funding all around the world to continue their war crimes. CurseForge is directly affecting this cause. Even when they change courses on their socials and reroute their aid to quote-unquote humanitarian projects, it will not stop the fact that they are using their money to keep the bellies full of the fascist state committing an ethnic cleansing right in front of our eyes. Israel does not need help, nor financial aid. At the time of writing this, 7,000 plus Palestinians have been slaughtered using airstrikes from US-made weapons and from banned chemicals that will literally burn you from the inside out. Chemicals that have been banned in warfare and have been condemned. They are telling the Palestinians where to flee and then bombing those routes that they have told them is safe. UN experts in genocide have made their stances clear. This is clean and cut a genocide and ethnic cleansing and awful humanitarian war crimes. This is a common occurrence in humanity. We keep doing this. We keep repeating the same mistakes of taking land away from indigenous peoples and committing genocides against them while then going on to ignoring it and pretending it's not happening and lying through our teeth that these things aren't happening. But now we live in an age where we can instantly share what is happening in the world, and where we have more of a voice and power to stop this and to tell these leaders and these companies funding this how we feel. Our world now, I think, is impossible to spend your money ethically. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. But when we know directly where our money is going and have the power to stop that, I think we should be doing so. So I implore you, the Sims community, and other gaming communities that might be listening with mod hubs on CurseForge to stop using this app, as well as uninstalling it and leaving your own response in the exit survey. Let them know how you feel. Tag EA and the Sims accounts to let them know this is who they're aligning with, this is who they're collaborating with, and this is what they're directly affiliated with. I'm currently in the process of removing all of my projects from CurseForge, as well as trying to deactivate my account. Fortunately, I have to open a ticket to do so. It's been 24 hours now, and it's been radio silence. Meanwhile, the projects I tried to pull last night have been uploaded. So we need to find alternatives or go back to the basics. Please try and explore things like TSR, the Sims Resource, Patreon, Sims File Share. Hell, even using Simsdom would be better than this. And remember that Simmers, and more generally gamers, come from all around the world. We play our little games, we plan out intricate storylines that may be not so wholesome, but we are not below denouncing a genocidal regime. These war crimes should not go unnoticed or unpunished. I'm going to try to compile helpful resources so you can learn more about the Palestinian people, their fight for themselves from actual Palestinian voices. We'll also try to leave legit donation links in my description if you feel so inclined. A lot of these orgs currently have no access to Gaza or the West Bank, as Israel continues its constant bombing of densely populated civilian areas, but it should come in handy when aid is able to be delivered. I'll be using my next and hopefully last CurseForge payout to also donate to these orgs. I will also be doing my due diligence going forward to make sure I am not uploading my content onto sites that directly fund these atrocities. Remember not to take the things you have in life for granted. It could very well be you or your family, and I don't think we should let history continue to repeat itself and let others downplay and downright deny these events that we need to be learning from. Please stay safe out there, especially if you are protesting. I will try to leave links that are very helpful in protecting yourself and your identity. If you can, cherish these fleeting moments we have on this little planet, because we never know when that might just be taken away from us. And I think this goes without saying, but free Palestine.